Okay, all right. So who can tell me what other forces?
Teacher, can I try?
Yes, Kirtika.
Buoyant force.
Okay, buoyancy force. Yeah, so yes. All right, so I think all of you got the idea already. Yeah, so roughly these are the forces that I have or we have. Yeah, some of you mentioned some forces, but it's beyond your level, so teacher doesn't want to say that. Okay, Jishnu also got kicked out. Okay, so I am looking now at gravitational force. Okay, now what does gravitational force, or what do you know about gravitational force? Anyone who wants to try. Now, before you try, wait, Jishnu, did you manage to get all the names just now, Jishnu?
Yes, teacher.
Who was the last one you got?
To Sharvin.
Okay, after Sharwin was actually Nordiana, yeah?
Okay, teacher.
Okay. All right. So who can tell me something about gravitational force? Now I don't want to hear anyone whose voice I already heard. I want to hear people whose voice I did not hear yet. Everyone gets a chance to talk in my class.
Gravitational force is the force that points towards the center of the earth.
Okay, very good, Adam. Yeah, so it is pointing to the center of the earth. Okay. Okay, I'll give Adam 5 marks. Okay, so you see the boy throwing the ball up in the air. Okay, what does gravitational force say about it or do about it?
Teacher, can I answer?
Wait, Rishan, you can answer, but I heard somebody's voice before you or together with you. Who was that person?
Sharvin, teacher.
Okay, Sarvanan. Did you speak for today already, Sarvanan?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, we give Rishan. I know you spoke once, right, Rishan?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, let me check if there's anyone else besides Saravanan and Rishan who would like to try. Teacher's question is, in gravitational force, what will happen to this ball when I throw it up in the air?
You'll fall back to the ground.
Okay, Avinesha, yeah, obviously, yeah, the ball will fall back to the ground. So 5 marks goes for Avinesha, yeah, correct. Okay, I just want to try to give marks for everyone. So if you've already answered, teacher, let the ones who have not answered yet, okay, answer. Unless, okay, for 1 minute, nobody's talking, then you try. Not 1 minute, like 30 seconds. Okay, then I've got weight. Okay, weight is very similar to the gravitational force, okay? But it's a gravitational force acting on an object. Okay, so here I have weight, okay? But it's actually the gravitational force that's acting on this particular object. Okay, so that's what I call weight. And can I ask you, class, if anybody can tell me, do you think weight and mass are the same?
No.
No, teacher.
Okay, I'm not giving marks for this, yeah? So yes, weight and mass are not the same. Mass is the amount of, well, I think you all learned in Form 1. What is mass?
The amount of matter.
The amount of matter you can find in your body. So this is your mass, okay? It's not weight, okay? This is your mass, all right? Okay, then my next force will be a normal force. Teacher, what do you mean by normal force? You mean got abnormal force also? Okay, abnormal, I don't know lah. Okay, we talk about normal. Okay, so normal force is, oops, sorry. When an object is in contact with a surface. Okay, when an object is in contact with a surface, then you get a normal force. So just now, I had this particular apple and it has weight or gravitational force because it is on a particular table. Now, so you see, go back to weight here. It's the gravitational force on an object. So I have the weight on this particular apple. But how come it can stay on the table and is not moving anywhere? Okay, because when I have an object in contact with a surface, I will have a reaction that is encountering the weight. So it's called a normal force. Okay, so one going downwards, one going upwards. Okay, so for every action, there's a reaction. Okay, Isaac Newton's third law. So I will teach you that in a jiffy, but this is what teacher's trying to say so far. I've got gravitational force, I've got weight, I've got normal force. Okay, this one is your elastic force. Anyone don't finish my homework, I will take this bow and arrow and shoot, hopefully from my house can reach your house. Can class?
Sure.
Okay, if this one doesn't work, maybe I have to try the elastic already. What's this called again? I will try this. What's it called?
Slingshot.
What's this called? Did you forgot the name?
Slingshot. Slingshot.
Slingshot. That's right. Okay, try a slingshot. See whether it can reach your home. But also I think cannot lah. So elastic force is always in a material when I stretch it or when I compress it. So you look at this, I am stretching it. Okay, here also same thing, I'll be stretching it. So then I will have an elastic force, and it's very important for you to know all these forces. When you come to Form 3, if I'm still your science teacher there, I will teach you then principles on elastic, okay, and on gravitational, elastic, gravitational potential, okay, all this. So you should know this, okay, a buoyant force. Okay, how come this particular duck can stay on the water? Why is it floating?
Because it has a
Because
buoyant.
it is
force.
because it is less dense than the water.
Okay, so your point is less dense than water. Okay, besides that, yeah, we have got something called the buoyant force. So remember, everything that we are dealing with today is just a tip of the iceberg of what you're going to learn in Form 4 in your physics. Okay, so even if you don't get everything, it's okay. Okay, this is much more detailed explained in Form 4. So a buoyant force is a thrust force, okay, acting on an object, okay, that is floating on the surface of the liquid. Okay, so later I'll show you what's the meaning of thrust force. Teacher, what do you mean by thrust force? Later I'll show you. Okay, so anything that has floating on the surface of a fluid, okay, there'll be a thrust force acting on it. That's why it can float. Okay, remember always Isaac's law, Isaac Newton's law. For every action, there's a reaction. The reason why it can float is there's a reason to it. Okay, so the next one here is buoyant force. Then I think we didn't mention just now, we also got a frictional force. Okay, you imagine two people, okay, that they are not in good terms with. So when a person is not in good terms with each another, there will be a lot of friction. Okay, so same thing. Okay, here when I have, okay, two different surfaces that are in contact with each another. Same thing, I've got two different surfaces here in contact with each another. Okay, all right, then I will have a force that will resist the movement. So for example, when I have this particular guy moving the frictional force in one direction going on to my left, the frictional force is actually on the opposite direction, okay, against it. Okay, and this usually happens when I have two surfaces in contact with each another. So we have here the box, okay, and together with our not land, sorry, our flow at the bottom. Okay, so that's called a frictional force. Now, what must a force have? Okay, a force must have three things. Okay, McD's Pepsi. Okay, McDonald's Pepsi. Or whether you like Prosperity Burger or if you like pancakes in McDonald's, is up to you lah. Okay, it must have Mac. Mac is the magnitude. Okay, so magnitude, teacher, how I know what's the magnitude here? Magnitude must always have number. If you see the number, okay, straight away you know it's a magnitude. Now look at teacher's screen. What is the number that you see here?
10.
Okay, 10. So my magnitude is 10 Newton. Okay, now then I must have Donald. Okay, not Donald Trump. It must have a direction. So if you notice in my screen, it is going to my left. Okay, so it's either going up, going down, going left, going right. So this is direction. Left, right, okay, goes up, goes down. And then point of application is where are you applying the force? So obviously my applying of force will be when I'm pushing it. So this is my point of application. So three things are, a force must have McDonald's Pepsi. Okay, so magnitude, direction, point of application. Okay, now I want you to annotate my screen. Have you all annotated my screen before?
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Yes, teacher.
here I want you to, no, not yet, 1:30, if you got 10 more minutes, hang on. Okay, Roshan, don't remote control my screen, Roshan. You go to view options, you go to annotate.
Yeah, I actually pressed teacher, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, now I want you to tell me what is my magnitude here, what is my, don't give them the answer. Okay, so everybody can annotate. Okay, how to annotate, teacher teach you. You will see there, you are viewing. Thank you, George. View options and go to annotate. Okay. All right, so view options and annotate. Everyone can come on my screen now. Doesn't have to be one person. I want to see everybody on my screen.
15.
Okay. Okay, so who wrote down 15 here?
Me, teacher.
Okay, Roshan, correct. So 15 is the magnitude, correct. Why don't I have everybody? Oh, you? Okay, Sarah, okay, whoever wrote Saravanan or Roshan, doesn't matter. Okay. Hello, why drawing smiley face all? I asked to do work, Amandip and all doing something else. Amandip,
Do more than like. And then
Shavin,
one Tina cannot teach anymore, and then
I'm doing ajaran sesat already. Okay. Now, where's my direction? Can someone annotate my screen? Where's teacher's direction?
where is that?
Where's teacher's direction? Can you all show me? How come you all don't know how to annotate teacher's screen? Do you all know how to annotate or you all don't want to annotate? Or what? Okay, I know some of you are here. Shavin, Roshan, all here. Where's the rest of you? Is it because you don't know how to annotate?
I can teach you. What? Teach you what are you doing?
Okay, so
Press
view options.
view options and then annotate.
Thank you, John. Thank you,
All
John.
go to videos example. Then they are letting you.
Okay, actually you are all wrong. You're all giving me the wrong answers. Okay.
What on earth is that? Stars.
Only Aaron and Amandip is correct. Okay, teacher's asking you for the direction. Okay, direction means where am I pulling it?
Down.
It's not down. It's not down. You're wrong. Okay, it's not down. Hello. Now when I ask to come, everybody lah attacking my screen. Now mind, okay, have fun, play around.
Yeah, it's just one.
More attack.
Now mind, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now. Not everything.
Never mind. Let y'all play for a while with my screen. Enjoy it. Have fun.
That is okay. I cannot draw.
Mommy got 10 more minutes. Give mommy a few more minutes. Later, mommy let you draw.
Yes, what is the corrosion?
Can I like that?
Okay, can I take a print screen of your work now?
iPad?
Yes, teacher, teacher.
Okay, I'm good. You want iPad later after mommy's class? 10 more minutes.
I want to play something.
10 more minutes.
One puzzle.
10 more minutes. You're not Mr. Bean, darling. Okay, hello. I want to take a print screen. Y'all make it worse, okay? This is horrible. Okay, anyway, I'm going to print screen now. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. And it gets worse. All right, wait, let me just put in your class group, okay? Okay, let me see where's your class group. If any of your parents in the class group are, they'll be like, okay. All right, now, mommy put there because it's fun. Are you still annotating teacher screen? No more, right?
No, teacher, no.
Yeah, because Mona Lisa. Okay, now let me just share my screen back with y'all. Hopefully, y'all have taken everything away. Do I want to keep any annotations? No, I don't want to see any of your work. Okay. All right. Okay, anyway, it was really fun watching you all doing that. Okay, now we've got 10 more minutes. Let's do this. Okay. Okay, finally I got back my screen. Hopefully it's, yeah, thank God. Okay, your magnitude is 15.
This was my friend's birthday.
Thank you, darling. Okay, and then the direction is going upwards. Okay, and the point of application is at the nail here, the head of the nail. So in exam, don't worry, teacher, what am I supposed to write? Teacher, how I know? It's okay, you just have to point. Normally they will just ask you to point. Okay, or do an arrow like this. Okay, so that is what you do. Okay, so now we're going to figure out. Okay, we're going to figure out what are my units for force, yeah? So in force, you need to take note the mistakes that students always make. Okay, Newton is N-E-W-T-O-N, not capital N-E-W-T-O-N, but actually, honestly, for me, I don't mind. But the second one is a no. You cannot put the unit as small n, no way. Okay, the unit must be capital N, or the not unit, the symbol, sorry. And you must know that 1 kg is 10 Newton. 1 kg can never be 1 Newton. Very, very wrong. Impossible. Yeah? Okay, so this is what teacher was saying just now, Newton's third law. Newton's third law, can someone read for me, anyone?
Can I do it, teacher?
Yes, Simardev. I think you have kept quiet for a long time. Pity you.
Newton's third law states that for every action force, there is a reaction force of the same magnitude, but in the opposite direction.
Correct, yeah? So, very good. Thank you so very much. Okay. Sorry, boys. Sorry, students. John, yeah? Teacher apologize. Okay. So, for every action force, okay, there's a reaction force. Okay. Sometimes we always say what goes around comes around. Same concept. Okay. But now in physics, we will say, or in science, we will say, for every action force, there is a reaction force. Same magnitude, same magnitude. It was 15 in my action force. It is 15 also in my reaction force. Same. But it is in the opposite direction. So what is teacher saying? So let's say I have an object on the table. How come? How come it can stay on the table? Because I have an action force of it. The action force is there's a weight. There's a gravitational force here. Now, the fact that it's remaining on the table is because I have a reaction force of the same magnitude on the opposite direction. So this is my action force. This will be my reaction force. So my action force is my weight, is staying there. But my normal force makes it stay on the surface. So action force is my weight, my gravitational force, putting it in place. And my reaction force is my normal force. Because it's in contact with the surface, there's a normal force there. That's why this object stays on the table. If I don't have a normal surface or a actual weight there, it cannot stay on the surface of the table here. Okay, why does something stay in floats on water? How come? Okay, because at all times, okay, there's a mass here, right? So when I have a mass, obviously there'll be weight. Okay, so weight will be my action force. Remember Isaac Newton's third law again, for every action force, there's a reaction force. So the reason why it's staying in place, okay, this is my weight, is because on the opposite direction, there's a reaction force, my buoyancy force, okay, that is keeping it afloat. Okay, you don't have to know in detail, you don't need to know in detail, not your level. Okay, same thing for two trolleys, okay, coming in contact with another, but they have a spring mechanism. So they are moving at the same distance, but they are going in the opposite direction. So here's my spring. Here's my first trolley. Here's my second trolley. Okay. First of all, they are going to actually having the action force and the reaction force coming together. Okay, that is my compressed spring. I haven't let them go yet. Okay, that's my action force, elastic force. Okay, then after it's not being compressed anymore, I stretch it. Okay, my reaction force is also an elastic force, but now they are going in the opposite direction. So initially, look at teacher here. Initially, this was an action force, the first one here. Okay, teacher's drawing. However, after being stretched, it becomes a reaction force at the opposite direction. Same thing for my second trolley. In the beginning, is a reaction force here. After that, it becomes an action force on the opposite direction. Okay, now it's okay if you do not understand in detail, no problem at all. Okay, because that is just a little bit of part of what you're going to study. So tomorrow when you try out the SPS questions, and when you do the quizzes I'm going to give you tomorrow, then you will get, okay, do I really understand what Conchina is saying or not? Okay, does anyone have any questions? So I can actually